Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy. Before we get started today, we'll announce real quick the OHL Players of the Week. The Player of the Week coming out of Niagara, going to Kevin He, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points, plus 5 on the weekend. You can see there a total of 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points, a plus 8. Good for you, Kevin He. Moving on then to Goaltender of the Week, we've got the Spitfires goalie Joey Constanzo, going 2-0 on the weekend, a .5 goal against average, .98 save percentage, 1 shutout, 53 saves on the weekend, and a new addition to the OHL announcement lineup this year is Rookie of the Week, going to the Sarnia Stings, Beckham Edwards. 3 games played this weekend, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points for a plus 3. Congratulations there to Beckham. And of course, the most important announcement of the week, your Owen Sound Attack Player of the Week, going to newly minted captain Connor Smith, back here from Anaheim and San Diego. 2 games played, 3 assists, 3 points. Excellent work there, Connor. You can see 6'6", 217. Holy smokes. All right, congratulations, Connor. Well, we'll come back to the studio here and welcome our 2 guests. We got number 13, Ethan Mikus. Easton Mikus,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, we got that. See, I was so worried about how to pronounce your last name that I just totally, I wrote down Easton too.
It's all good.
And number 21, Pierce Mbuyi. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent. Well, we'll go Pierce first here, coming from the Toronto Marlboros. That's also something I feel like I never get that one right.
Yeah.
You had a pretty big OHL Cup this past year, a great individual performance. How did you feel about that? And what's that like for you, performing really well in a tournament, going into a draft year?
I mean, like, going into the tournament, I was just like trying to get ready for the draft and like show all the scouts like who I was, and it was a great tournament for me, like, and it was a great experience to be in that tournament in front of those crowds and all those scouts and stuff. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, tied for first in the tournament, but with 1 less game played than the person you're tied with. So,
yeah.
An excellent performance there, 13 points in 5 games.
Thank you.
Drafted, first by Owen Sound in the first round. What was that experience like for you, getting a call from Dale? Like, did you get a call right from the GM to let you know that you've been drafted? How does that all work?
Yeah, well, it's actually kind of a funny story. I was sitting on the couch with a couple of buddies and some family, and I got a text from a buddy of mine, like Gabe Frasca. You guys probably know Gabe. And it said congrats, and like the TV still hasn't loaded yet, so like I didn't know, but so Gabe, I guess, let me know first, so it was awesome. It was a great feeling.
Excellent. So you kind of let that one slip, so we might have to, okay, we'll figure that communication out there. I mean, first game, first goal, tell me, what went through your mind when you saw the net, saw the lane, took the shot? Kind of walk us through what that was like for you.
I mean, I picked up the puck off the wall, and me and Nance were on like a 2-on-1, and like, to be honest, I really wanted to get the pass to Nance. He hasn't really scored either, and like, I don't know, I wanted to get that pass through, but the D took his lane, so decided to shoot, and I mean, it worked out. So like, it was awesome to score my first goal, but I mean, we were still losing 6-3, I guess, now, so
right.
Wasn't like the best feeling, but
Sure.
like, it was still a great feeling to get that off my chest.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, a couple of notable points to your game. You've got high speed, high skill. I've watched you go after players maybe 2 or 3 times your size, and like really give them a run for their money. So there's this high energy tenacity as well to your game. Is there a player perhaps that you kind of model your game after?
Yeah, it'd be Braden Point. I just think like his work ethic and how the coach trusts him and he can be used in any situation. I just feel like he's a great player to model my game after.
Excellent. What is for you then, like, I mean, you're on the smaller side, one of the smaller players drafted in the first round. What are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome, and how did you overcome those?
I mean, it's just I've been trying to put on weight and just get stronger this summer, like working out every day and training with some bigger guys. So, I mean, it's just all about like getting stronger, and I mean, being a smaller player today is way easier than back in the day. So,
yeah.
Just try and be fast and yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome, and you definitely are, so that's great. Easton, we'll go to you. Couple of fun questions as well. So, grew up in Thunder Bay, drafted, I think only player from Thunder Bay drafted in this OHL draft, or this OHL priority draft. What are some elements of playing hockey in Thunder Bay that you just really loved?
Yeah, I don't know. It was the road trips every weekend with the Kings. It was a great time going to play in the GTHL and whatnot. And then last year, especially in a junior league back in Thunder Bay, is I don't know, it was a great experience. Really loved the guys on the team and the coaches and whatnot. So everything about Thunder Bay to me was great, and it nothing but helped me. So it got me here, and super grateful for it.
Excellent, awesome. I don't know if you know this. Maybe Pierce knows this. I don't know. I don't know what your hockey trivia knowledge is like here, but you were in this draft, and besides Carter George, who is your teammate, going all the way back, I think, and including 2016, you two are the two highest drafted Thunder Bay hockey players to the OHL in the priority drafts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't really do my research on that, but it's a cool thing to know.
That's okay. It's you know what? For those of you at home, you can just go right to the OHL website.
Hey, good for you.
Yeah,
Type in find in page, type in Thunder Bay, and then it'll tell you who was drafted from Thunder Bay and where. A couple of elements about Owen Sound that, is there anything about it that kind of feels a little bit homey, being here? We're a bit of a smaller market compared to a London or a Mississauga or Brampton, I guess, now.
Yeah, no, my experience here has been great so far. Like, all the guys are super great, super welcoming and whatnot, and the coaches are unreal. Like, great coaching staff we have, so everything's super easy to adjust to, and I couldn't ask to go to a different spot if it's the right spot for me, I think. So I'm super grateful for it.
Excellent. Both of you guys had to go through your first OHL camp. What was that like for you?
It was a lot of work. It was definitely like a big jump going from that and even into like the start of the season, preseason. It was a lot, but I feel like I'm adjusting now.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good camp, super physical and whatnot. So I enjoyed it and getting to know the guys early. So everything was great about it.
What was the biggest jump? I guess coming from U16s, but for you coming from like the junior league up in Thunder Bay, do you guys find it was a similar jump for you into OHL? Is it a little bit different coming from junior versus going from U16s?
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of similarity coming from junior, but it's really just like it's just kind of a different pace, like the game's a lot quicker and everyone's like, smarter on the ice and whatnot, so you really got to be like on your toes in the middle of a game, so I'm just adjusting to that right now, and but yeah, no, there is definitely quite a bit of change.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same for U16, like it's the speed and the guys are way bigger and everything's just done way faster, and in U16 you'd have more time with the puck and you can take your time to make a play and make like a smarter play, but here you got to think like way quicker, and it's just different speed here.
Right, for sure. Excellent. Well, I appreciate your insights on that. One of the more popular elements of the show are some of the fun that we have here. So we are going to tape these, and we'll have you guys sign them. Before we do, I'm going to give both of you a stick here. You can kind of hold it however you want. You're going to use that as a pointer, and you're either going to point the stick at yourself or at the person next to you. So you can use whichever way you want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a couple of who's more likely to, or who would do X, Y, or Z.
All right.
And you're going to either point it at yourself or at each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Okay, so first question for you guys is who is going to be first to the rink?
Oh,
yeah.
Easy me. No question.
Just is it a habit thing?
Kind of the same time. Like, I drive you.
You drive me sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably him.
It's me,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's probably Pierce.
Sounds good. Who is usually or more likely to be the last to leave the rink?
Same here, again.
Yeah.
Just love being there, right?
He just loves the rink.
Excellent.
I love the game too, but got to make it home for supper and whatnot.
Yeah, priorities.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
right.
totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Who is more likely to sneak an extra cheat meal in that week?
Oh, I mean, I'd do it. You'd do it.
I'd do
Both
it.
of us would do it. Yeah,
We'd both throw one in.
All right, no
100%.
problem. We'll
looking
make
bad
sure
on me.
that Andy Plater's not watching
Yeah,
this.
no kidding, eh?
Yeah, not a chance.
We'll cut that. Okay. Who is more likely to ask Stumps for new blades during practice?
I've done it a couple times.
You've done it more
yeah,
than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lose my edges here and there, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the blades though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's the
sometimes
feet.
I wonder about. You could see a couple of guys.
I just
going.
blame it on a bad edge whenever I fall.
Right.
Just blame it on Stumps. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough. Who is more likely to blame the stick when the puck goes wide? Maybe give it a little flex and look at the blade.
I don't do that.
Okay, yeah, I could say me.
Yeah, I don't
Sometimes
do that.
I take a look at the stick just to make
Right.
sure it's all right.
I usually take the blame, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen for the crack under the tape, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that makes sense. Who is more likely to get Christmas tunes bumping in like October or November in the locker room?
Kind
feel
of
like-
both, yeah.
No, I think we both have pretty good music.
Yeah, I
We
think
kind of share the aux in my truck, I'm not going to lie. It's,
Okay.
It's usually always the right setting.
it's like whatever the vibe
It's always good
is,
music,
Do you
yeah.
guys have a go-to the rink song or
Not
genre?
really. We just throw it all around the board.
Okay.
It's just
It's
how the
just-
day's going.
yeah,
it
it's just
depends on how
whatever.
the day's
Yeah,
going.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Got to take the temperature. I get it.
Yeah.
Who is more? I'm gonna change this one up. Who's more likely to initiate a line brawl?
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but
it's coming.
Okay, excellent. That's
Mikus, for sure.
that's good to know. All right, who? This is always my favorite one. Who would be the better replacement for whoever's inside Cubby? The mascot.
Probably you.
I would be a great cubby.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so.
What would be like what would be the defining factor of your Cubby era?
I don't know. You can't really talk or anything, so maybe just like my hand movements. I don't know.
I think your energy. I mean,
Yeah.
you just bring good
Yeah.
energy.
yeah,
That's
just
it.
go with the flow.
Following retirement from hockey, one day down the road, who would be more likely to get their own segment during the first intermission of Hockey Night in Canada?
I don't think. Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't really have an answer.
Share
for
the
that.
spotlight, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it
Okay.
Me and
together.
him
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Why
There
not?
we go.
Might as well.
Excellent. Hey, go for it. Who would be more likely? We'll just theorize here and say
Yeah.
you win, a Stanley Cup or an OHL championship or something like that. Who would be more likely to drop the trophy during
I'm
celebrations?
not gonna lie. It's you and you know it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the stick on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay though.
Hey, fair enough.
No, I mean, you
I
just
just
won.
get excited.
That's it. It's the raw emotion.
Yeah.
You need that. That's a key to
Fell down the
success.
stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Who is more likely to have memorized the speech from Miracle on Ice?
Me. I have it. I
I
know
don't
it.
even.
You got it, eh?
Like, kind of.
Okay.
don't.
Maybe next next
hear it.
round
Next
around the
attack,
show.
yeah.
I
Next
think-
attack.
I think
I'll
we
be
should
ready.
hear it now.
I think
No,
we'll
probably
just
not.
open the show with that. We'll go to
can do
commercial
that.
right after or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, that can be the show.
Hey, excellent. I like that. Who is more likely to have practiced their interview questions in a mirror before, or their interview answers?
What are you talking about? No, it's
That's
serious,
you.
bro. Before we got here, it was all over the mirror.
Are you kidding?
We were both checking ourselves out. not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
yeah,
but-
fair
That's
enough.
good.
I mean, that's why you get him to drive, right? You can get it down.
Exactly.
Of course.
Perfect. Who is this one? Hopefully it doesn't happen in this one, but who is more likely to have an interview go viral for any reason?
Probably you.
For doing what?
I don't know.
Messing
Like,
up?
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
If
think
I
you.
say the wrong thing, you never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just like happens, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, totally. That
Yeah.
makes sense. All right, well, that was pretty good. We're gonna go ahead here and tape some sticks. So, I've got some white tape. I think Bruce ripped that in half for you last week. We also got flame tape, and you will hear
gonna have to
later.
cut it from there.
We have an interview today with the new commissioner of the OHL, David Crawford, or Brian Crawford rather. And I did ask him about flame tape and whether or not it can be used by players in the OHL.
Is it allowed?
And he you know what? He wisely told me it's above his pay grade. So
Oh.
we're gonna just keep elevating that question until we get an answer. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, I mean, you're welcome to take the risk on game day and find out, and then kind of report back. But I don't want to pressure you into doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
But we got some
think
good
about
grip
it.
tape here, so feel free to give it a start and kind of do it the way that you would normally tape your game day stick. We had some. I'll tell you what. Elliot Arnett had an interesting grip tape.
I bet.
I've never seen it, but I can only imagine.
That was a strange. That was a strange stick.
I'm gonna do it like exactly.
Hey,
Even though
I
there's
don't
no
like that.
knob
I don't
here.
like you ripped it in half, to be honest. I keep it pretty clean.
That,
I
that's
don't like
fair,
ripping it.
You could kind of just see it more maybe as it's a ratio. It's a little bit more accurate to the stick size.
This might not be my best stick performance, but we'll see.
It's kind of hard to tape these. But
So Pierce, do you normally take the cap then off of your?
I do.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
Why do you do that?
I don't know. Like one day I did it, and then
Yeah.
I just stuck with that.
Just one of those, like, you have success with it, and so you keep going?
Exactly.
Fair enough. We had, I think I told the guys last week, we had a player last year who's no longer on our team, but he bit of a scoreless drought for a little while, scored, and then the next game changed his tape job.
Really?
Which
Just doesn't care.
Yeah, which seems wild to
Go
me.
back
Like,
to a drought or no?
I think so. I mean, he got traded, so, maybe.
That's probably, yeah.
But,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I need. Actually, this will work.
okay.
I'm flowing along here pretty nice, actually.
Hey, that's not too bad.
I keep it pretty simple, though.
I have two. I just switched to a new
You
tape
do
job though.
pretty small knob then on the top of your stick. Eh?
Yeah, I don't like, I just,
Just enough to
I don't really have like a certain number that I spin it around. I just kind of see what looks proper and go with that. I'm not
You
very
go Fairly
superstitious.
far down the stick normally.
It's like a hand, like a little bit more than a hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, again, just wherever like it looks like it's right. I'm not super strict on my sticks or anything.
You always do
Scissors too,
white
eh?
on the grip.
Sorry?
White always on the grip.
And then I throw on, right now I'm doing the red grip tape over top.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a grip tape on there.
And Pierce, you're going toe
I
to
go
heel
toe to
action.
heel. I do.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Is there a reason you started doing that?
A buddy of mine on the Marlies when I played
Yeah.
did it, and I gave it a try, and I liked it.
All right.
I like how it looks too, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think Bruce was saying last week. I think he goes toe to heel. I think it was him.
Yeah.
Because the angle of the way the tape overlaps helps the snow to fall off your blade a little bit more.
I just don't believe that. That's just not true.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about that.
Yeah, fair
neither.
enough. Do you always got to pick the main color of your the team you play for to use for
Yeah,
tape?
yeah.
When you were in Thunder Bay, was it gold or black you used more?
I think I just kept it white.
White, okay.
I don't think it was like yellow and green. I didn't
okay.
think I wanted those colors on my stick, but
Yeah, that's fair.
usually try and keep it in line. I think red looks nice, so
Yeah.
right now I'm using that.
Little kind of holder piece of tape just to make sure it
Yeah,
doesn't
a
fall
little
apart.
bit on the bottom,
Yeah.
and usually I'll throw my number so
Okay.
Trev can grab it off the bench for me in case I break one.
We'll just put that right there and you can mark it up
bro?
however you want.
Oh, there's a
never-
marker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll have you guys, once you're done this, we'll have you sign the back of your sticks.
I don't know if I can. You think I'd squeeze it in there?
The guys last week gave it a go. So,
Really?
yeah, I mean, you got two
What if I
numbers
just throw it
too,
on the
so
side?
maybe on the side.
I'll
is
just throw it
better,
on the
right?
side.
Yeah. Why'd you pick 13, by the way?
There's no really there's no real reason. I used 13 like in U13, U15, U16. I didn't get it last year. I don't think the jerseys even had it. Just kind of something I liked as a kid, and I liked Johnny Gaudreau as
Yeah,
well.
right.
So that was a little bit of an influence on it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's really about it. I don't really have any superstitions towards numbers or tape or anything. I just kind of do
That's
my
fair.
thing, you know?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Any, well, okay, so hold on. You go all the way up the heel there, eh?
Well,
terrible.
like sometimes.
For the most part. Yeah.
This is like my most used tape job, so I
Okay.
thought I'd do that one.
And you do, like, next to no grip, eh?
None. I don't
Wow.
like it.
So you tape over the cap just because you tried it once and liked it,
Yep.
and you just put a little bit of white on there. Does it cover even your whole hand when you're playing, or no?
No, it's literally just like this. Like it's.
Okay,
it's
like
all-
that size on your normal stick, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only do the white so I can put the marker. That's the only
Hey,
reason.
fair enough. So you always cap your stick in black then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if like I could write on the black, I would,
Right.
but it just doesn't show.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And what do you write on your stick there?
I put my number in the front,
Yeah.
my mom's initials on the sides,
Nice.
and then I like doodle in the back.
Excellent.
I
Doodle.
can't really fit anything, so
Hey, that's okay. You can do a
Sometimes.
thunderbolt, I guess.
sometimes I
no.
just put a dot.
Okay.
I guess the dot works.
This isn't
so.
ideal. Got all wrapped up here.
Oh yeah, that's all right. You know what?
Holy
We'll
bud.
recover.
Yeah, that's all right. So you do a bit of a kind of more a half blade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty nice.
Wherever
eh?
feels right.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not a
do you
big
think?
sock guy.
Hey, that's a solid looking stick right there.
Right?
Yeah. If
not
I
bad.
were, if I were a kid watching right now, I definitely want to make sure that I got tickets to Wednesday's game tomorrow night at the Bayshore
Oh, yeah.
against the London Knights. You guys like that segue there?
We
eh?
love that.
Of
Because
course.
if you're there, you'll get a chance to win one of these sticks. So make sure.
Hopefully mine.
Yeah.
Probably mine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, maybe both. You never know.
Yeah.
Bring a disguise. Try to go twice.
Yeah, you're good at cutting sticks. eh?
I'm struggling a bit here. We're almost done though.
Do you do either one of you just kind of like rub wax or puck against your tape afterwards?
I do wax. That's it.
Okay.
I don't wax. Sometimes I like in the dressing room how there's like the black I don't know what type of floor it is, like rubber.
Yeah. The rubber.
I just go like this.
Okay.
And like some black stuff comes out sometimes.
Fair enough.
But
Is that do you do that just to try to rough it up a little bit, or do you feel like it smooths it out?
I actually have no idea why I do that. It's
Oh,
just
okay,
like
just-
random. Like
just,
sometimes I'm feeling it and it shows a nice black mark.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's my stick right there.
So I mean,
Can I touch it?
no tape on the heel. Is that just to help with the glide as you're skating, or?
It's really just what I've always done.
Yeah.
Like since I was a kid, I never really changed anything with it, and just feels comfortable.
It's
Nice
like a
and light.
skill guy tape job.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
just keep it pretty
It's just
simple.
all on the toe for the big toe drags through the
of
slot.
course, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Excellent.
Bar down and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
great. That's great. Well, hey, we'll have you guys go ahead and sign the back there. And we last year, I think we had a couple of players stay late because they were working on their signatures. So we'll see how you guys do
awesome.
here. That's pretty good.
It's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, just the initials and the number. That's
Yeah.
solid. That's solid. Now, I mean, be honest. You can be honest here, and it's totally okay. Have you guys practiced your signatures like
Of
in
course.
Yeah, of course.
of course.
Excellent. How long did it take you before you kind of
I just-
decided on these ones?
Just kind of figured out what I wanted to write, and then
Yeah.
maybe a little doodle in there. But I don't
Nice.
know. Once I figured out what I liked, I just kind of kept it. Stayed in my brain. So
Great.
Yeah, I was just kind of like trying to figure out how to do it, and then I thought like initials. I just did a big P, then I did a little M,
Hey, fair
and
enough.
then threw the numbers up there. So
Excellent. That's awesome. All right. Well, hey, why don't we do? We got a few more minutes here till break. So we got we do have a trivia question. I believe the prize to the trivia question is 2 tickets to tomorrow night's game against the London Knights at the Bayshore. So this week's trivia question is, we'll throw that up on screen. I believe it has something to do with Pierce, and it is, what team did Pierce Mbuyi score his first OHL goal against?
I know.
Prize of course being 2 tickets to October 9th game against London. So make sure you grab your phones, go to HockeyDB or Elite Prospects or the OHL website. Try to figure that one out. It wasn't too long ago. And send your answer in. There'll be a number on the bottom of the screen. May or may not have been that first weekend of games. So if that helps your research a little bit, then you can do that. You can call or text into the show, and we'll get producer Mark Perry right on that, and he'll let us know who the winner is. Before we get to break, why don't we do a couple more fun questions? I got one more who's more likely to, and then we'll go on to some other ones.
grab the stick, bud.
You can use your sticks for this one if you want. Yeah, who's more likely to check their NHL 25 rating?
it's Pierce.
Have you got your copy of the game already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
My PlayStation's not up here yet, so
Okay.
I'm waiting for that.
That's fair. I'm sure it'll arrive with a nice fresh copy too.
I'd love that.
Right? That'd be fantastic.
Maybe Dale can help me out.
That'd be great. All right, if you guys had custom goal songs, every time you scored, you get a song, you get to pick it. What would you pick for your song?
You go.
I need you to go first.
I don't really have one in mind.
Do you have like a style or a genre? Like,
I'm all over the board. Just like
Yeah.
I don't really care.
just
I
throw
like,
it on shuffle, eh?
Yeah, that's really all I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. What, like a
Black and yellow. Black and
No.
yellow.
that's yours.
Come on, no, but that's yours.
I don't know. Maybe like The Spins, Mac Miller. I just like that song. I don't know
Okay.
if that's a good goal song, but it's
Yeah.
that's just a song that I like.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Makes me happy.
I'm like a big country guy.
Okay.
Country music. Maybe Texas, Big X the Plug.
Okay.
It's kind of hype too.
Sure.
I don't know if that's country, but yeah.
It's like, yeah, but that's like the hype
Close enough,
country.
right?
Okay.
You know what I
Close
mean?
Yeah.
Did it get played on Saturday for the Country Net?
I
didn't
don't
hear.
think so.
No.
Do you know that song?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I did you get a cowboy hat? for
Yes,
yourself?
we did.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
That's good. You can drive away there listening to your goal song.
Yeah.
Really fit the mold there.
Yeah.
If you could play with one former Attack player, who would that be? Who would you want to pick? I mean, tons of NHLers that have come out of here.
I would play with Nick Suzuki probably.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't know what it's like, but like I don't know. It seems like he would just set me up all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, a pretty skilled player, right?
Right.
So it would probably be pretty fun to play with him. So
I think historically known as one of the
Yeah.
smartest players that
Yeah.
played for the franchise as well.
yeah, that would be fun.
I mean, he stole mine, so I'll go with Wayne Simmons.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Great player. I mean, big guy.
Right.
So he'd be awesome to play with too.
That's fantastic. Maybe you just got to send him a little message on Instagram, tell him to take a break from Philly for a couple
Yeah,
of weeks.
come back for a bit.
Come on back.
Yeah, a little homecoming, great. Hockey players generally seem to have football pools, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and just ask you guys who's going to win this year's Super Bowl.
You go ahead.
I got the Ravens.
You got the Ravens.
I was gonna say that too. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe. Can I say Baltimore too?
you can. Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
go with
That's
that.
good.
I'll go with
Let's
that.
go.
Yeah, I'll go
Tough
with that.
first week, but I'm
back.
sure they've done. Yeah, that's fair.
Did you watch that Bengals game or no?
I'll be honest, man. I did not watch that game.
Crazy ending.
Fair enough. What is your favorite nickname that people use for you on the ice and in the locker room?
I like Mikey.
Okay.
I think Mikey's a good nickname. That's
Nice.
really all I got. It's just one nickname, so
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
I kind of like Mbuyi is just kind of already a nickname, but
Yeah.
like Georgie started Boozer. It's not too bad.
Boozer. All right, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I don't know about that, but
Fair enough.
Funny guy.
Fair enough. What is your? I'll put it this way, because the season kind of has started with the Euro League or the Euro games already. But what is your favorite team in the NHL right now to be watching?
my favorite team's always just been Chicago Blackhawks. But
Okay.
So I don't know. Obviously they got Bedard.
Sure.
So it's fun to watch nowadays. But I used to like to watch Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews and all those guys. So
Absolutely.
that's how I got into it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Leafs for me still.
Leafs.
I've always been Leafs. Like
Yeah.
ever since I grew up. Last
I mean, you
year.
grew up wearing the blue jersey. You kinda
Exactly.
almost had to be a Leafs fan.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a lot of games last winter, and it was awesome. I mean, great seats too and stuff.
Fantastic.
It's great.
Okay, you've got
thanks.
you got about 20 seconds here to answer. So, if you had to play one other sport besides hockey, what would it be?
I would play baseball. I played it growing up. So
Okay,
second favorite sport,
excellent.
golf.
Yeah, golf.
Golf.
Good
okay.
call. Yeah, golf.
You know what? Both of those sports get played a lot up here. Bay Sox, big win for them a couple weeks ago here, the Owen Sound Bay Sox. You'll get to do the Owen Sound Attack baseball tournament next summer.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Sweet.
And I mean, great place for golf. We'll be right back after this break. Make sure you get those phones out, find out the answer to our trivia question, and we will be right back after this commercial break.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Sports fans know Sundays are for football. That's why you need NFL Sunday Ticket. With NFL Sunday Ticket, Rogers customers get every live game, every Sunday afternoon, all season long. Follow your favorite teams and players live in HD. Order NFL Sunday Ticket and get up to 200 regular season games. Rogers Ignite TV customers say NFL into your voice remote.
Hi, I'm Vivica Gravel, Community Development Coordinator with the City of Owen Sound and the River District. And welcome to My River District. This is a show where every week we'll be here at Rogers Studios talking to you and talking to local businesses and people in the community about why they, as locals, love it here. They'll also share some stories about their businesses and how they can help you. So meet us here every week, Rogers TV, for the whole season of My River District.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Rogers TV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy, joined today by number 13, Easton Mikus, and number 21, Pierce Mbuyi. We've got a winner as well for our trivia contest today. The question, of course, was what OHL team did Pierce Mbuyi score his first OHL goal against? Correct answer was the Guelph Storm, first game of the season down in Guelph. So congratulations to Bev Piercy. You've won yourself a pair of tickets to October 9th game versus the London Knights. That is tomorrow night. I believe 7 o'clock, 7:07 puck drop, I believe is the time for that. So you can pick up those tickets at the Bayshore box office. Congratulations to Bev. We'll have another pair of tickets for you guys next week. So make sure you're tuning in always on Rogers TV and Attack Wrap to win a pair of tickets. And keep those phones on you. You gotta find the answer to the question. All right, we've got a couple more questions for you guys, and I think I'm also hearing we may have one more question for you because we do have a second home game, and so we'll go ahead. Let's throw that question up because I'll be honest, I can't remember it off the top of my head. So we'll put that on the screen there. And all right, where did Easton Mikus play his minor hockey? We've mentioned this a little bit. One of two, in fact. The second highest draftee from this team and this area of Ontario, going all the way back to the 2015 OHL priority draft. So make sure you guys look that up and send that in, same number and different answers. So make sure you send in that answer. All right, a couple more questions here and then we'll get into a pair of highlights. So I want to paint a picture for you guys. You've done your tape job, you've thought about it. Now you're kind of handling that stick. You're 1-on-0, pucks, right around the hash marks. Maybe you got control of it. It's just you and the goalie. What move are you doing?
If I'm coming in, depends on which side I'm on.
Coming in, we'll say the right side.
Okay. If I'm on the right side, I'm around the hash marks. I'm gonna I'm gonna take to the middle. I'm gonna make a visual.
Okay.
Hold the puck on my backhand.
Yeah.
Quick forehand.
Yeah.
And it depends. If the goalie has a stick on the ice, low blocker.
Okay.
If he doesn't, 5-hole.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's worked almost every time for me.
And you're a lefty, right? So
yes.
You don't like the quick tuck up over the shoulder, short side?
Yeah. It's just not reliable.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. What are you going?
If I'm in the hash all by myself, I'm probably just looking where it's open to shoot.
Okay.
And if he's pretty centered, then I'll just probably go low blocker, keep it simple.
Excellent.
Just shoot. Make sure I get a shot on that.
Why not?
I don't know why he's laughing.
Yeah. You ever just put a big target right on the goalie's mask, see if you can get him to move his head and let him
Yeah,
lead?
no kidding.
Why not?
Yeah, you do it to Georgie sometimes, right?
Here and there. Yeah, here and there.
Excellent. Okay, we'll say this. Who was your biggest competitor that you played against through your minor hockey? And maybe, do you get a chance to compete against them now in the OHL?
You can go ahead.
I don't know. Probably the past couple of years, probably be Belches. He's just he's been 6'5", 2 whatever he is for so long.
Yeah.
And he's just a man amongst boys.
Right.
He's probably the biggest guy in the league in the O too now.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'm good buddies with him. Great guy. So.
Excellent.
That's probably the guy.
Yeah, I don't really remember much, but I think I always remember not being able to score on Jack Vankovich, who's on he's on Steelheads now, so
yeah.
I'll throw him up there. I always remember having trouble scoring on him, so.
Fair enough. We were chatting a little bit about jerseys there before the game. Do you guys have a favorite jersey of all time? It can be NHL, it can be OHL, ECHL, whatever. Do you have a favorite jersey of all time? Maybe it's not even hockey.
I just like a classic Chicago Blackhawks jersey.
Okay.
That's what I got, so
yeah, fair
I like it, yeah.
I like those black and gold Raptors jerseys. You remember those? The OVO?
Those are solid.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, very good jerseys.
I have
You
one
saw
of
they
those.
just announced the purple coming back. Eh?
Yeah.
It's a good
Not
pick.
a bad look.
It's
Not a
pretty
bad
nasty.
look. Terry Neal, congratulations for winning the second pair of tickets on Saturday. I'm going off the top of my head here. Saturday against the Peterborough Petes. Yep, there you go. Tickets to October 12th game against the Peterborough Petes here at the Bayshore. So congratulations. Of course, the correct answer, where did Easton Mikus play his minor hockey? That would be Thunder Bay. So excellent. Good work there winning that game. We'll do one more question here, and then we will fly into a couple of highlights here for the rest of the show. We'll go with this. Are you guys superstitious players, or have you ever played with like a super superstitious player?
I'm a pretty superstitious person.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
Does it break the superstition to tell us what one of your superstitions are, or are you open about those?
No, I'm pretty open. Like, get to the rink, take my stick.
Okay.
Like, well, get into my workout stuff, take my stick. And then when I'm putting my gear on, always put my left, like, everything on first.
Okay.
Left side. Like, kind of got to just listen to the same music. Like,
Right.
It's kind of just, like, little routines that help me, like, get
Yeah,
focused and stuff like that.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very superstitious at all. I kind of just do my own thing and whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So just kind of go with the flow. But like a person who I do know is superstitious is Pierce, because
Okay.
a little story is before we were heading to Guelph
Yeah.
for the road trip, he actually he forgot his Under Armour.
Whoa.
He forgot his Under Armour.
It was preseason.
Oh, preseason.
Oh, okay.
Forgot
It
his
was North Bay.
Yeah, he forgot his Under Armour.
See, that, you can't just turn around.
No,
Right.
you can't say season.
So then Trev had to go and get his Under Armour for him, pack the bus. He scores that game, and he goes to me later. He's like, I'm going to start forgetting my gear on purpose every day now. That's how I know he's superstitious, so it's kind of crazy. But
So game one of the regular season, Guelph, did you remember everything?
I did remember everything.
Okay, so-
Actually, I left my, I forgot my running shoes.
yeah, there we go.
Oh,
So,
okay.
And in North Bay in the preseason, I scored that game, and I didn't have my running shoes either. So I was wearing
Burn
my
'em.
slides to
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah,
there
just
we
burn
go.
'em.
And then in Guelph, I was wearing my slides, and I scored as well. So, like, I mean,
Done.
to me, I want to wear my slides, but to Brownie, that won't slide. So
Yeah, no.
I've got to wear the running shoes.
All of the junior attack watching today, or maybe the grandparents of junior attack players, make sure you go and tell your kid, burn those running shoes. They don't need them. All right, why don't we let's head into some highlights here. I think we got game one against the Brantford Bulldogs, I believe was the Friday game. So why don't we go ahead and roll those highlights.
Right time. Yep, it's that weird sixth sense that he has. Very much like Logan Morrison had before him and Jake O'Brien will have after him, as Rafik Varosian cuts middle on Moore, tries it upstairs and scores. Oh, what a finish that was. Rafik Varosian scoring his first in the Ontario Hockey League. The Owen Sound attack with a 1-0 lead. Sit. Crombie was there before anything further could come of it. Lardis turns the other way. 3-on-3 up the rink. Lardis on the weave. Tried to pull it through Gates, who's made a couple of nifty defensive plays. Now DeLille forward. He's onside and scores. Wow, he scored that from almost the goal line. Roberts down to the left corner. Around for Ben Radley. Radley on the cutback for Nick Rossetto. Rossetto ahead to Josh Avery. Avery off the right side scores! 6 seconds left in the period. Josh Avery whistles it through. Bulldogs cut the lead in half. This will take him to the end wall.
Nice try by Roberts to get back there, and he had the angle as well.
Rossetto for Avery, tried to find Crombie up ahead, wouldn't connect. Rossetto with the steal, 2-on-1 ahead. Rossetto drops for Crombie. Rossetto scores! It's his first in the Ontario Hockey League, and it's bar south. Nick Rossetto ties this game at 2.
Well, they knew that Crombie was out there, so they did grab him.
Rogers bats it down off the glass.
That they can prove.
Thomas and Varosian, they'll battle it out high. Arnott steps on, scores! On the doorstep, Sam McHugh puts the attack back up 3-2. Rossetto couldn't kick it to his forehand, but now Gabriel Smith will start the other way. Smith left side has a look out front. That came off the leg of Lucas Moore. Oh, Moore wanted to play that on to Rossetto. Turned over to Nancy, and they score. Harry Nancy picks up his first in the OHL. Fixes his footing, shovels it to the end boards. Bounced out front, taken by Zachary Lavoie. Lavoie cuts away from one, working wide right on Arnott. Spins it and scores! Zachary Lavoie pulls the Bulldogs right back into the game. Lardis stops over top of the puck. Has to spin it down the wall. Smith got it into his feet, able to lift it out. Lardis will get it right back. Trying to carry along, McDonald chases it down to the front, and that will seal it. 19.4 to go. Bruce McDonald, who had a great night for the Attack.
Excellent. Well, there's a big win there for the Attack, of course, against a Brantford team that's expected to do quite well. So Brantford announcers as well, pretty hot on the Owen Sound Attack, giving lots of compliments there to their competitors. So that's great to hear as well. I mean, really solid effort all around there. Pierce, you're in that game. What did you like from the team?
I thought the guys just wanted to play, like came to play that day, and we were just. It was an away game. We were down. We lost our first two, and I feel like the boys were just super hungry, and we went out, and we knew it was going to be a tough game because they're a good team, and I feel like we just worked hard, and it worked out. Yeah, a couple of physical plays too in that game. Looked good. Just an all-around solid effort from the Bears. Yeah, excellent. Sure. Easton, yourself, I mean, getting to kind of sit up top and watch that game from above, how do you change the way you watch a game versus, maybe being on the ice or on the bench to being like in the stands and watching that? Do you kind of change your perspective and try to take some notes and talk to the guys after? Yeah, no, when you're watching, you can definitely see a lot more of the ice, so you realize like you do have that extra second, like most of the time, right? Like instead of just throwing it away and passing away your problem, So it's pretty interesting to see like the overhead view, but I could bring a couple things into, and like from watching onto the ice with me, and a couple of tips that I saw and whatnot. So yeah. Great. Yeah. Excellent. Well, I think we've got a really short highlight package here next, so we'll go ahead and play the next highlight package here, and then we got a great interview to go after that.
Now Petrovsky has some trouble holding it in. Waddick at center gets it over to Connor Smith. Quickly up the ice to Jake Crawford. Crawford, bank pass off the boards. Now here's a chance out front. Shot, they score! Declan Waddick. Landon Hookie with it now. Over to Connor Smith. Now there's a lead pass. Comes off the boards. Jake Crawford, and he scores! Connor Smith. Ooh, giveaway to Romano. Here's Lamb now, side of the goal. Misseljevic scores. Kicks it behind the nets. Misseljevic. Up it goes Romano. Now it's Lamb, and Lamb, he's got Petrovsky there. Petrovsky trying to get in front. Scores. Kitchener Rangers quickly move the puck up the ice. Neutral zone, Ellinas gets around Rogers. Ellinas has an opportunity here. There's a shot. Save is made by George. Rangers back with speed. Pugliese. Carter George out to play it. Steers it for James Petrovsky. Centered it there. They score. Standing in front of the net was Pugliese. Carter George was not anticipating that.
All right. Well, a tough way to go out there on country night. All the great cowboy hats there in the stands. 45 seconds. What's one thing you liked and didn't like about that game? I thought we were a little tired and flat from the get-go. I don't think we played up to par that game. I mean, we had a long road trip the night before, but still, like, not really an excuse. Sure. Yeah. Still a couple of great things, though, right? A couple good long plays. I mean, clearly, the veterans know the bounce of the boards. I mean, looking at Jake's goal there, I mean, they knew exactly what was happening. Yeah. One thing you guys liked from that effort as well?
I just think that it was a good start. I think you got to keep putting on the pressure, though, to close out teams and whatnot. And, I'm not saying like easing off a bit, but keeping the offense going and scoring a couple more goals might help out a bit too. So yeah.
Sure. Excellent. Well, hey, we've got a great interview here. I'm saying great. It's great because of the guest. So you'll see here in a moment. We've got the new commissioner of the OHL. I had an opportunity to chat with Mr. Brian Crawford on Friday while the boys were down in Brantford. So we'll go ahead and roll that. Stay tuned. I mean, the end, we're going to talk about flame tape, so you're going to want to hear that. Go ahead and we'll roll this clip. Here I've got the OHL commissioner, Brian Crawford. Brian, thanks so much for coming to Owen Sound and giving us a look.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been fantastic.
So you're taking over from a longtime OHL commissioner, David Branch, and that's got to be some big shoes to fill. And how did that kind of come about for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a tremendous person to follow in Dave Branch, and his legacy in hockey and in sport in our country is outstanding. And I actually feel very lucky to have that chance and to get to follow in his shoes. So I was recruited as part of a recruitment process to consider the opportunity to join the league. And when I had a chance to start to think about it and look into it, obviously a no-brainer to get a chance to be part of an institution in sport in our country. And it has such an important role in developing young people and really galvanizing all the communities that we're in. So a great opportunity for a Canadian kid to get a chance to be commissioner of the league.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, coming from a pretty prestigious role already with Golf Canada, what was that like for you? What were some of the things that you feel like maybe you can pull from that experience to here?
Yeah, and I mean, Golf Canada was fantastic, and working with the PGA Tour, that is, a first-class organization, professional sports organization. They don't get much better, really, in sport in the world than the PGA Tour. And we had a tremendous amount of success with that event and really grew it, from 2018 to this year, and it's on a great trajectory going forward. It's, one of the premier events on the PGA Tour. All the aspects of what we were able to do to build it into a real sport entertainment property, grow the commercial success, and then continue to be such an influential part of developing young Canadian players. So it was a great place to spend a lot of time and get to work with a lot of great people. And this was, as I said, an opportunity I couldn't really say no to.
That's awesome. Well, maybe for all of us out there watching today, what does a commissioner actually do, especially in major junior hockey here?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately my role is about bringing people together and kind of galvanizing everybody towards a shared vision, kind of making sure that we're all rowing in the same direction, so to speak, and that we're building our league, we're investing in our communities, we're developing young people, we're developing young hockey players, and that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day is setting a tone, setting a vision, setting a culture for the organization, for the league, protecting the league and ensuring that our brand is protected, and that we're doing all the right things for our players, for our fans, for our community members, and ensuring that we're reaching our shared vision and goals together.
Well, just kind of talking a little bit about that shared vision, shared goals, what would some of those, maybe the vision for the OHL, let's say in 2034, if you could kind of have the ideal world, what would the OHL look like, that far down the road? Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately we want to continue to be the, number one developmental, league in the world. And that's not just for hockey players, but as I said, that's for young people. Like ultimately our mission is to develop young people, and we want to be best in class at that. So we're very proud of our education program and the investments that's made there and what we're doing in that area, and generally what hockey means to developing people and building their character and their self-esteem and the sorts of things that they can take with them, hard work and teamwork and those sorts of things that they take with them into their life after leaving the ice. And those are the we want to make sure that at the down the road that people look at our league as an example of what can be done with a sports property, what can be done with an educational property, what we can do as an influencer in our communities, and that's ultimately the goal, that we're looked at and revered as a sports institution in our country and around the world. Excellent. Well, talking about kind of what can be done with something, I mean, you look at a city like Owen Sound, it's the smallest market in the OHL. I think we might be the smallest market right now in the CHL. What is it about a market like this, as a sports professional yourself, that it just seems to work.
Yeah, I mean, there's examples across sports. You think about the Green Bay Packers in the NFL, or you think about the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the CFL, and markets that are considered small markets but are just wildly successful. And it's because of the people in the community that support the teams. It's because of the ownership groups and the community leaders and the governmental leaders that understand the importance that the team has for the people that live in this community. And that is an incredible thing when you have that important place and people are rallying around the club and support the club, and that's ultimately what we want to try to strive to achieve in all of the markets that we're in, whether it's big or small. So I think this is an outstanding example of what's possible, what our league means to people, and what it can do, the impact it can have.
Excellent. Well, we'll get into maybe a couple of tougher questions here for you as well, and just kind of give you an opportunity there as well. So one of the things, especially in a small town like this, a fairly blue-collar town, the fans, I got to say, they do enjoy a good fight on the ice every now and then. And of course, there's a degree in which the league needs to make sure those are done safely. What would the kind of vision for the OHL going forward be when it comes to issues like fighting, and what is the role that a commissioner actually plays in conversations like that? Yeah, I mean, our league, makes decisions about, our rule sets and the things that we're doing, as a collective. We work through committees and through the input of all of our teams and franchises and the leadership groups within those, the experts that we have operating within our league. Ultimately, hockey, and as every sport does, grows and evolves and changes, and the sport of hockey has grown and evolved and changed over the last number of years, last decade or 2 decades, especially. And our job is to continue to make sure that we are part of the evolution of hockey, that we are offering a brand of hockey that aligns with where the game is going, at the international level, at the NHL level, at the university sport level, and it, ultimately we have to continue to monitor, evaluate, address the trends, and ensure that our players' health and safety is taken into consideration and prioritized. This year we've introduced a new position at the OHL office, a director of player safety, and that is going to be a really important role to make sure that we have that prioritized, that we are ensuring that the health and safety of our players is being addressed in equipment and rules and how their development and training is managed and all the sorts of things that impact it. So that's kind of the perspective. We'll continue to be a great part of the hockey system and a driver of it. Excellent. Just to kind of touch a little bit on that, you talked about identifying trends, being a driver in that area. I know you've only been the commissioner for a few months, so feel free to let me know you don't know or whatever, or figuring out an answer to this. But just to kind of go off script a little bit, as the OHL being really the world #1 league for developing kids to play in the NHL one day, how much does the OHL actually influence the trends versus how often does the OHL need to maybe react to how the game has already changed at a pro level? Yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately our role is to be a leader in hockey, right? We're a leader in hockey in this province. We're a leader in the states that we're in, Michigan and Pennsylvania. We need to be a leader for the minor sports, the minor hockey leagues that feed our league. And then we also, need to be, part of that growth and development and evolution at the NHL level and the international level as well. World Junior teams and other international teams that we provide players for. Not just Canadians, but players from around the world. So. Some of it is reacting with the trends, and some of it needs to be, at the forefront and being progressive about developing, the game as it is evolving around the world. Excellent. Awesome. Well, I know another hot button topic for you that I'm sure you'll have to deal with as commissioner is this conversation with NCAA playing and, whether someone can play OHL and NCAA. What do you see the role of the OHL sort of in that conversation? Yeah, I mean, our role is to focus on what we do, right? It's to focus on our league and the things that we can control, continuing to evolve our player experience and, our programs within our league. The NCAA is, responsible for their league and will do what they, choose to do. And, we'll react accordingly. We'll respond. We'll continue to evolve and grow our product and our offering as the
the world, develops in the hockey pathway system. So, we ultimately think it's great for players to have the opportunity to play in our league and develop as hockey players, and it's great for them to have an opportunity to choose, where they want to go, upon graduation and where they might want to play in the future and continue their development pathway. So, we're in a great position as a league, and excited to continue to be a leader in the world.
Excellent. Well, one last question for you, probably the toughest one on the list here. We've got an ongoing debate here on Attack Wrap if whether or not flame tape on your stick makes your shots harder. So, from the official OHL stance on flame tape, are kids allowed to use it, and does it make your shot harder?
I got to tell you, that one is way above my pay grade. I'm not in the position to make a ruling on that. Above my pay grade for sure.
No problem. Thanks so much, Brian, for joining us here on Attack Wrap. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you as well for watching Attack Wrap. We'll be right back after this interview with a little bit more. Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that interview there with Brian Crawford. Maybe you need to use that phone number or email that we put up on the screen and give us your opinion on fire tape. Does it make the shot harder? Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's got flames behind it, so you never know. I think we got about 2 minutes here, so I'll just kind of get your guys' thoughts going in to play London now for the first time. Obviously, a pretty storied franchise in the OHL and a huge history with Owen Sound. I mean, Owen Sound does not like London. What are you guys looking forward to with that game?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for the competition and the compete level, and the fans to be engaged and whatnot, and just experiencing what the rivalry is all about. So it's my first time playing them, and I'm looking forward to it.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some of the fans talk about it, and obviously this town doesn't like London, so it'll be super cool to play against them. And it'll also be cool to play guys like Cowan and like those superstars on London, to watch them and try and learn some things from them as well. And
absolutely,
it'll be awesome to play London. I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be a tough matchup. Nobody's. I think everybody understands where both our teams are at, and just different seasons of development and all of that. But that'll be a great opportunity to kind of step on the ice with some of those guys.
For sure.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today, and thank you all for watching there at home. We're going to be back next week. We got another couple of guests. Of course, 2 big games coming up this week at home. We've got London tomorrow on Wednesday, Peterborough on Saturday. In between London and Peterborough, the boys are headed down to Niagara to take on this week's OHL Player of the Week, Kevin He, on Friday, October 11th. Back up on Saturday, off for Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving Monday, they're going to be heading up to North Bay. So make sure you tune in to Rogers TV for all your Owen Sound Attack action. You can follow the boys and see all the games, catch them live. And if you won the trivia contest, then you're headed to the games that are at the Bayshore this week. Congratulations to our 2 winners. And thank you so much for watching Attack Wrap here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Nick Kennedy, and we will see you again next week.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
victory.